high praise from, your, I don't even know what to call him. Yeah, high praise. Biggest card, kind of cards that keep boxing alive. You kind of got a stranglehold on the whole thing now at the moment, haven't you? How does that make you feel as a promoter? Because, a year or so, 2 years or so ago, it wasn't the case, was it?
Yeah, I was just saying to Coogan then, kind of feel like we've gone from worrying about other operators in the UK to worrying about other operators in the world. So, whilst I don't feel like we're going to take our foot off the gas and get complacent, at the same time, we're in a great position, and we've got 6 more years with Sky Sports as their exclusive broadcaster.
Great deal.
So, but it helps because boxing's a sport where you rarely get solidarity and you rarely get commitment from a broadcaster, because one year it's hot, one year it's not. But I think they trust us now that we can move forward and keep providing for the sport. So it feels pretty good. I'm not really a complacent guy. I'm not someone that just thinks, we've cracked it now, go on holiday and put the feet up. So, it's all about moving forward and trying to improve what we're doing.
You mentioned something in our last interview that you understand the numbers. Do you think that's something that maybe your contemporaries or adversaries or people in the game here haven't quite got as well as you have? And also coupled with that, there's a whole new marketplace online, isn't there? And people are more educated about the sport now, which means that they can kind of see the cracks in any shoddy operations. Is that all those things helping to galvanise your strength?
Yeah, I think that boxing, understanding the numbers is very difficult, and you can get carried away, and we've got carried away with this show. But you always have to revert back to a budget and see where you are at all times, and I think that's what we do very well, probably because I'm a son of a chartered accountant. But it doesn't mean we don't take risks or we don't take punts, just that we have less downside probably than others have who have gone bust or gone into administration or whatever. But it's a tough business. They haven't just done that because they've been sloppy, they've done that because it's tough. And it's very difficult to be successful in boxing. You need a great broadcaster, you need a backer, we've got that, in Sky Sports, but you need to be smart, you need to have a great stable of fighters, just like a trainer. Sometimes great fighters make a bad trainer look good, and sometimes great fighters make a bad promoter look good. So we've got an unbelievable stable, never been rivalled in British boxing history.
I was going to say, that's only going to get stronger as well, isn't it, with that new contract?
Yeah, it is. And but we've gone from not just having the best stable in Britain to the best stable in Europe, which I don't think anyone can argue with, but to one of the best stables in the world, and possibly the best stable in the world from a promotional outfit, top to bottom. So things are great for British boxing, and for fans, great news that they've got 6 more years, like us or over us. We're here for the good of boxing, and for the good of ourselves, and for the good of our fighters, no disputing that.
Does that global strength allow you to partner and do business with other promoters like yourself elsewhere a lot easier than it would have been maybe a couple of years ago?
Yeah, we're doing loads of stuff with the PBC at the moment, and Al Heyman, happy to do that. Doing loads of stuff with Golden Boy. Linares is a Golden Boy fighter. Gradovic is a top-ranked fighter. It's great to be working with.
We saw the two HBO and Showtime get together for Mayweather Pacquiao. It's always possible if the landscape's right. Yeah. Obviously, you present a landscape that's favourable, that they deem to be right.
Yeah, probably because it's 2 different markets, no conflicting broadcasters. When there's conflicting broadcasters, people always say, will you do fights with Frank Warren fighters? Well, the answer is my job is to provide the best content for Sky. His job is to provide the best content for Box Nation. So it doesn't really work, us putting our best fighters on, but it's not rocket science, it's just life. Purse bid scenario is totally different. But at the moment, there's not many fighters that we haven't got in the UK that I'd like on our platform. So we're in a good position, and if anything that benefits our guys working with Top Rank, Golden Boy, Al Heyman, more the merrier.
Right, Ed on the block time now, Eddie. Brooke, Gavin, who wins?
I think Kel's the favourite in the fight. I think Frankie surprised me. I haven't known him that long. Signed him 1 fight ago. He's had 1 fight, 10-rounder, and now he's fighting for the World Welterweight title. So,
not bad, is it?
But he surprised me in his approach. He surprised me in his confidence. Speaking to people in the game who know Frankie Gavin, James DeGale last week, Tony Bellew, think of others as well. Jim McDonald was trying. They said Frankie Gavin's got more skill than any British fighter. Everyone thought he would go on to become a world champion. Now's his chance. Undefeated British and Commonwealth champion. He's up against it. Kell Brook's confidence is on another level. He says he's on a seek and destroy mission on Saturday night. But he's up against a very skillful fighter who's brought a couple of thousand down from the Midlands, who's got a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that he's always dreamed of. So, let's see.
Great ingredients. Gradovic, Selby.
I fancy Selby in that fight. I think
Stoppage.
he's so tough, Gradovic. You watch his fights. I mean, no disrespect to Gradovic, he doesn't look all that. I was watching him last night in the Billy Dibb fight, and I was thinking, wow. But then you look at his record and who he's beaten, and you think, well, he's 5th time defending world champion. He's not a mug. Selby is going to have to hit him hard to keep him off, because we know that Selby has got unbelievable skills, great movement. Can he hurt Gradovic? Can he stop him in his tracks? When Selby fought Viriel Simeon in Hull, Simeon was a pressure fighter, really strong. Selby just struggled a little bit, hurt his hand, and he couldn't really keep him off. If Gradovic can keep forcing the pace, Selby's going to have to stand and trade. I can probably see a Selby late stoppage in that fight.
Does Joshua stop Johnson?
I think so. I was arguing with Paulie Malignaggi about it earlier. He says no way, but maybe not. I mean, look, he stood up to Klitschko.
Is it a 12 rounder? Is it
10?
10. Oh,
Yeah.
10. I saw on box records.
He stood up to Joshua, to Klitschko, who can obviously whack.
Yeah, of course. He stood up to a lot of
and he's
people.
definitely fit for this fight. He's definitely ready. He's definitely up for it. But I do rate Joshua, and not just his punch power, but his speed, his accuracy, and his variation. The most intriguing thing about that fight is watching how Joshua adapts to the tactics of Johnson. Whether that's the hands down and shoulder roll, or whether that's tying him up on the inside. But what we saw with Jason Gavin, you can't tie Joshua up. If you tie him up, he'll push you off, and his hand speed's so quick, he'll hit you on the way out. And that's what done Gavin. And don't be surprised for an early finish. If we do get an early finish, we're in trouble. The matchmaker's in trouble, because how are we going to match him after that, And
Very difficult.
people are expecting him to win quite comfortably, but I guess the stoppage is the impressive thing.
Mitchell, Linares.
Oh, mate.
That's the big one for me.
Oh, mate, yeah. I mean,
that's
that's
the big
just... Look, I've been a fan of Linares for many years. I mean, 3-weight world champion. Kevin is on another level now. I mean, I remember seeing him, like I said, I watched him last night in the John Murray fight. I can't tell you, he's 5 times the fighter that he was in the John Murray fight. And obviously he beat John Murray as well. So, but Linares is brilliant. He punches very, very hard. He's got lightning fast hands. But he has been stopped a few times. And he can definitely be hurt. But Mitchell can be hurt. So it's one of them. Ain't going 12 rounds.
No.
That'll be a shootout, and then boom, someone's getting done on an exchange. You can see it now, can't you? Stand there, boom, 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 exchanging right hands or something, and that's it. It's all over. And if Kevin Mitchell can win the world title on Saturday night, I'll be one of the
go
happiest.
mad,
Oh, mate. What a lovely guy. He deserves it.
No, he deserves it. But they both do, I suppose.
Yeah.
So, well, thanks for your time.
All right, mate, no worries.
Appreciate it.
Cheers.
Look after.
Hard work, dedication. Hard work. Dedication. Hard work. Dedication.